Hey everyone, I've been seeing this SVS PB2000 Pro subwoofer popping up all over home theater forums lately, and after a few weeks of testing it myself, I get why. It's not just another bass box, it's the kind of piece that actually makes movies feel bigger and music sound fuller without breaking the bank. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. What sold me right away was the 550 watt RMS rating paired with that 1500 watt peak. That's enough muscle to shake the couch when the spaceship lands in a sci-fi flick, but it never sounds strained. The 12-inch high excursion driver moves a surprising amount of air for a single sub, and the ported design gives you that deep, tunable rumble without the one-note boom you sometimes get from sealed boxes. I ran it in a 300-square-foot living room and in a larger open-concept space, and in both rooms it filled the room evenly instead of just blasting one corner. One feature I didn't expect to use much but now can't live without is the SVS Subwoofer DSP app. It's free, runs on iOS and Android, and lets you adjust crossover frequency, phase, and even EQ presets for different rooms. I set a gentle high pass for late-night listening so the neighbors never hear the thump, then switched to a full-range setting for movie nights. The app also shows you real-time signal levels, so you can dial in the crossover without guessing. If you've ever struggled to blend a sub with your main speakers, this little app is a game-saver. Build quality is another area where SVS doesn't cut corners. The cabinet is MDF with internal bracing that feels rock-solid, and the front grille is magnetic so you can remove it for a cleaner look. The grille itself is acoustically transparent, so you don't lose any bass when it's on. I've had subs in the past where the woofer started to rattle after a few months, but the PB2000 Pro's driver is bolted to a heavy steel basket and uses a long-throw voice coil, so distortion stays low even at high volumes. I also like that SVS gives you two binding post options on the back. One set for a standard 5-way binding post and another set for a 1/4-inch push terminal if you're using thicker cables. That might sound minor, but when you're running 12-gauge wire to a rack-mounted amp, every little convenience counts. The auto-on/off circuit worked flawlessly too, no more forgetting to turn the sub off and waking up to a dead battery in the morning. Power draw is reasonable for the output. It idles at about 15 watts, which is lower than some competitors, and even at full tilt it never tripped my 15-amp circuit. I ran it for a week straight during a movie marathon and the amp stayed cool to the touch, so thermal throttling isn't an issue here. Now, no product is perfect. The PB2000 Pro is heavy, about 66 pounds, so you'll want a helper or a furniture dolly when you're moving it into place. Also, while the app is great, the Bluetooth connection can drop if your phone is more than 20 feet away, so you might need to keep it closer when you're tweaking settings. Those are minor quirks in an otherwise solid package. If you're on the fence between this and a smaller sealed sub, the PB2000 Pro is the safer bet for larger rooms and action movies. If you're in a small apartment and mostly listen to jazz, you might get away with something less powerful, but you'll still appreciate the control you get from the app. All in all, this sub punches well above its weight class for the price. It's the kind of component that disappears into the background until the moment it's needed, then it delivers the kind of impact that makes you sit up and take notice. Check it out using the link below if it sounds like the right fit for your setup. For most buyers, the real question is not whether SVS PB2000 Pro 12-inch ported subwoofer Black Ash sounds impressive on paper, but whether strengths like 550 watts RMS and 1500 watts peak power actually make daily use feel easier, more dependable, and more worthwhile after the first few days of excitement wear off.